Well, at the time, it was like I was like super antsy because I didn't have a car that that I wanted to take out and stuff. So I kind of just started buying parts. Started off with coilovers, the typical stuff: coils, tires, wheels. But I didn't really have a vision at the time. But then I would say flash forward another year is when I did have multiple parts on it, but then I kind of stood back and I kind of planned out what I wanted to do with it, as far as body kits, parts, stuff like that. So I kind of had to take a step back because I just kept buying parts for it. So.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Automotive Anatomy. Today we have Jonathan. Jonathan, thank you so much for making the time for us, man.
Thank you.
It's a very hot morning already, as it is.
Yes.
But yeah, man, tell us, what do you drive?
So I drive a 2001 Honda S2000.
2001 Honda 2000. Hard to believe that this car is a 19-year-old car.
Yeah.
Hard to believe that. It almost looks like an RX-8. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So tell us, man, why the S2000?
Well, I come from a Honda background. I've had 4 or 5, but it's always been EGs, EKs. So this kind of car was the car that I always wanted to have. Mm-hmm. It was kind of out of the reach at the time. My uncle had one, took me in a drive when I was little. Kind of fell in love with the Honda scene.
Yes.
So from there on out, the goal was to always have one of these, or obviously an NSX, but that's way
down the road. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's way down the road. So when I had my EG, my previous EG, it was fully tracked out. Kind of got too undrivable in the streets, got too much attention. So couldn't really enjoy it. So I ended up partying it out, sadly. But I did make some good money off of it. Ended up finding this one about 3.5 years ago, fully bone stock. The only thing that was done to it was an intake, a K&N intake.
Nice.
Everything else was bone stock on it. So picked it up, and then literally a couple weeks later I started buying parts for it. So that's where it started.
And so what was the vision when you picked that up? Since it wasn't your first Honda, you had seen a Honda S2000s. What was your vision for it?
I would say flash forward another year is when I did have multiple parts on it, but then I kind of stood back and I kind of planned out what I wanted to do with it, as far as body kits, parts, stuff like that. So I kind of had to take a step back because I just kept buying parts for it. So at the time I didn't really have a vision, but now a couple years later I think I executed it pretty good.
I would definitely agree, man.
Thank you.
I would definitely agree. All right, Jonathan, so tell us a little bit about the front end of the car. What do you got going on?
So let's start with the color, I guess. We could go there. Originally the car was black, Berlina black, I believe it's called. It got fully resprayed. It's a Porsche gray black. So right now in the sun it kind of gets gray tones, and then in the dark it's more hidden.
What made you go with that color?
I actually have a friend. His name is Jared. He actually has a Porsche 964. He actually has this color on his car.
Okay.
So once I saw it, I kind of fell in love with it. And then because at the time, I had parts that I wanted to get resprayed black, but then there were so many parts that I wanted to get resprayed. I just said, why not get the whole car resprayed at the same time? Whole car, like basically half the car was going to be apart anyways. Mm-hmm. Might as well just get the whole. Yeah. So front end wise, I have a Voltex front bumper. It's the street version with a carbon lip slash splitter, if you want to call it. Voltex canards, and then a hood is ASM. So, and then we'll move on to fenders. Fenders are actually an evasive replica made by Group A. The only reason I went with them other than evasive is because the carbon cutouts are actually carbon.
Which I absolutely love.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite features.
Number one thing that I just this angle.
Yeah.
With the fender and the wheel and the big brake, it just.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite setups. So I originally wanted to get the evasive, like I said. It's just they don't do the little carbon accent to it. So I ended up getting these. They did take some work to fit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, any fiberglass aftermarket that's not authentic, I think you wouldn't want to say, fits not the best. So, and then up front I have a tow hook. It's actually the same that my buddy Hector, it's made by the same guy, I can't remember his name, but he makes them specifically for the Voltex front bumper. So it comes out the little cutout. But that's pretty much it for the front end.
Wow,
yeah.
That's gorgeous, man.
Thank you, thank you.
And the side skirts in the rear?
Side skirts are Voltex as well. Out back, it's probably my favorite angle. Starting at the rear, we got a ASM, a narrow rear bumper, I'm sorry. K1 laboratory little duckbill with a Voltex 1700 swan neck. And then the swan neck has Renegade carbon stands as well, just to accent a little bit more with titanium hardware. Ooh. Yeah, and then these taillights are actually one of one. They're made by a company called Car Shop Glow in Japan. Oh, wow. Yeah, they do make aftermarket ones. Multiple people have, you know, their V1, 2, and 3. But these were actually a special order by the previous owner. He wanted something similar to the OEM AP2 lights. So he just wanted that with a simple design. So that's what that is. I also should mention up front I have the AP2 front headlights. So I did multiple AP2 upgrades because I like the visuals of the AP2, just the lights and stuff. So this is the AP1 with you know, little AP2 touches.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What kind of hardtop?
The hardtop is made by Forbidden USA. It's a Mugen style. Okay. Single-sided carbon. So I actually had the little side slits left in carbon to kind of get an accent.
Oh, nice touch.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I painted the rear, the top, and then just left the carbon accents.
Super nice touch.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So tell us, man, what kind of exhaust system do you have?
So I'm running a Belade sports header to a J's Racing 70RR Plus. So straight header back. It is pretty loud, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, there you go.
So the good thing I like about this exhaust is the pie cuts in the rear, so it gives it a little more aggressiveness, and it has a titanium tip to it. So suspension wise, I'm not running too much. The only thing I'm doing right now is coilovers. So I'm running TN monoflexes.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then other than that, everything is stock. Other than, oh yeah, I should mention, I do have ball joints up front. I have Buddy Club offset, so it gives me a little bit more camber adjustment. And then out back as well, I have the Buddy Club extended ball joints. So it gives a little bit more adjustment. But other than that, everything is stock suspension-wise.
And it goes back to what you were saying, right off the box, it has the power and the handling.
Exactly.
That's what you enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. I do have plans, you know, to upgrade. I actually just picked up a set of coilovers yesterday.
Oh, okay.
They just came in yesterday.
What are you going with?
So I got Ibach Multi-Pro RS2s. It's a two-way adjustable with an external reservoir, so it's pretty aggressive. Has upgraded springs, so it's going to be pretty stiff. But these are
have it any other way.
Yeah, these are pretty soft coilovers, so it's going from that to the other ones should be.
And is that because are you planning on tracking it, or you just want more of a ride?
Yeah, well, both. Eventually, I do plan on tracking this. I do want to get a full show season out of this, but with the whole Corona stuff, you know, it's kind of out of the plans this year. But hopefully next year I could get a full show season, kind of show this because I don't really bring it out. But after that, I do plan on tracking the car. Yeah.
Cool. Tell us about your wheel and tire setup, man.
So these are SSR type Fs. They're 17 9.5 plus 40 with a 245 4017 Potenza RE71R. I actually found these recently because these have been discontinued for quite a while. But I actually just refinished them, threw the tires on, and I think it complements the color really, really good.
Oh, perfectly. You nailed it. Like, yeah, it's perfect.
Because I also have a set of Volk C28s at the house, but there's bronze, original bronze. So it kind of, I kind of have, you know, multiple sets just to throw on and off.
Switch it up.
Yeah, just switch it up. And I think these this color we picked out, me and my powder coater, Chris at Velocity. We picked this color out, and I think it really complements the color really well. So.
Oh, so these weren't the
no.
Wow.
The previous owner, when I bought them off of them, they had it was like a teal color.
Oh, okay.
It was just spray painted like a teal. Wasn't my flavor, you know. Obviously, it wouldn't have gone with this. But yeah, we just ended up refinishing the whole wheel, and I got new decals and everything. So came out really good.
Perfect. What kind of lug nuts and brake setup?
So lug nuts, I'm running Chasing J's, titanium lug nuts. And if you notice, I have like the little valve stem caps as well.
And little details.
Yeah, just little, you know, titanium details here and there. And then big brake kit up front. I'm running StopTech ST40 kit. It's a 350 setup, I believe. It's more than enough than I need right now. And then I have slotted rotors out back, stainless lines all the way around. But yeah, that's the brake package.
Tell us, man, what do we got going inside in the cockpit?
So interior wise, running AP2 door cards. So I upgraded those because I just like the style a little bit better.
What is the difference for those of us that don't know?
So the whole style is pretty much different. This whole section right here is different. The tweeter section. Other than that, and then you have this little pocket right here.
Oh, that's cool.
Other than that, the AP1 is more subtle. Like on the O1s, like this one, it doesn't have a tweeter, doesn't have any storage on the panels. So I ended up just getting these.
Huge difference.
Yeah, it just livens up the interior a little bit more, and just plus a little bit more storage because these don't have anything. So I'm running Recaro RSGs in red with PCI rails. With Takata harnesses. I got a 6-point in the driver and then a 4-point in the passenger. Evasive Motorsports roll bar up back. Then also running a Belade Sports rear glass on the hardtop. Forgot to mention that.
Nice little touches.
Yeah, so they do come with plexiglass. I'm not a fan of plexi. It does get dull over time, and it's just hard to see after a while. So this is a good option.
Nice.
Steering wheel is a personal Neo Grinta, I believe, 330 with red stitching, a works bell, quick release, and short hub. And then I have a Renegade short throw shifter with an evasive teardrop titanium knob.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. And then I just actually put that a Renegade titanium e-brake button. He just came out with that. So just if you notice throughout this car, I have like little titanium touches. So that was another one. AP2 console, center console. Because again, I just like the look of the AP2 compared to the AP1. Then I have these S2000 Europe. These were like premium floor mats. I think they were only available in the European market, or Japanese market, one of the two. So I got those just to complement that. But it's a lot of titanium.
I love what you've done with the titanium pieces here and there.
Thank you.
It just works, man.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So tell us, man, what are we starting at?
So I got a lot going on in here, but to start off up front, we got a Chasing J's full titanium cooling plate. Chasing J's hardware all around, radiator stays, Mugen intake, to a Origin Fabrication intake arm. Fully custom arm that he basically, it's made to order. So These are specifically made for these intakes. Then I have a Rywire dual core radiator with a Renegade Motorsports overflow reservoir. Yeah.
Wow.
Then I got a Origin Fabrication catch can to basically, I have AN lines running to the custom valve cover that I actually made. So if you look on the normal AP1s, they have a PCV valve up there. We actually shaved that down, welded on a couple AN fittings, and then cleaned it up because there used to be 2 AN fittings here, but kind of shaved those off, relocated them over there. I like the subtleness of it. So then we got, Chasing J's coil cover, oil cap, you name it. His catalog on this car I pretty much have. And then we have an ASM strut bar that I just put on a couple days ago. Took a while to get here, but worth the wait, I think. This Chasing J's titanium cross member cover. Yeah, it's pretty busy in here, but I love it.
The internals are stock?
Yeah, stock internals for now.
It's more than enough for you.
Yeah, man. Like I said earlier, right out of the factory, these things have plenty of power for me.
What are the future plans for the engine compartment?
Future plans, I do plan on going forced induction.
Ooh.
Down the road.
Enough power that you
Yeah, down the road. I do want. I'm not gonna go turbo. I want to go supercharger. Probably a Science of Speed kit because those things are proven to make power and they're
reliable.
Yeah, they're reliable. Bolt on. You don't have to cut anything, make adjustments or anything. It's just on and off. So those are the plans. But like I said, that's down the road a little bit. So I want to enjoy the car as it is right now because, like I said, I don't really take this out as much as I would like. But yeah, that's the only future plans. And I do have a new catch can coming in actually, made by the same guy, Origin Fab. It's just these two together. So it's a catch can and an overflow in one. So
oh, no way.
Yeah, so it replaces this unit. It uses stock locations, so that's what I like about his stuff. It kind of replaces this whole setup. So.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
What kind of mirrors are they?
MR Racing.
MRS Racing.
Yeah, so they're MR Racing. Stock S2000s on the door. They have the mirrors coming off the doors, but I ended up shaving those when I had the car painted. So I just moved the mirrors up there. I've always wanted the mirrors like that on a S2000. I don't know why. I just don't like. That's not my style with the aftermarket mirrors that bolt to the stock location. I don't know what it is.
Alrighty, man. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and showing us this amazing S2000.
Thank you.
There was a lot. I'll admit, there was a lot of different things that if you hadn't pointed out, I wouldn't have noticed, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. That's definitely a good thing. That means that you're doing it right.
Thank you.
And
Thank
it was well executed. That you have to really pay attention. So,
thank you.
Any future plans that you may have forgotten about, and any shoutouts?
I do plan on adding a few exterior carbon pieces maybe here and there. Front splitter maybe, Voltex rear diffuser possibly down the line. Supercharger like we mentioned, but other than that, I mean, I love the car how it is right now, and I do want to enjoy it, drive it to multiple meets and stuff. But yeah, other than that, no future plans. Shout outs, I do want to mention first and foremost my As1 family. That's the only sticker you'll notice on my car. Norman, Hayes, those guys actually took me under their wing. I was 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago. Without them, I don't think I would be into Hondas as much as I am now. They kind of showed me the way, and yeah, love them for them. Frankie, my guy at Premier Auto Body for painting the car, came out great. I love the color. Chris at Velocity Powder Coating, always hooking me up, taking care of me with all my powder coating stuff. Art of Attack, Angel, Ken, Joseph, the guys over there. Every single part on this car is from them. Other than wheels, but everything else is from them. They always tell me, they always take care of me. Friends and family, you know who you are. I don't have to mention you guys, but yeah, man. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
I appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much, and please take this car out more often.
Thank you. I will.
We need to see it more, man.
Appreciate it.
It's a little jewel hiding somewhere.
Yeah, I kind of like to keep a little low key, but you'll see more and more of it. I like it.
Sweet, man. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, man.
Thank you.
So I have to speak a little louder.
Okay.
So I can't. I'm next to you. I'm like, I can't hear you.
Sorry.
I'm sure that Mike will pick it up, but I'm like, I want to hear what you're saying too.
Sorry.
It's not just for the guys in the video.
For sure.
So tell us about your suspension setup, man.
So suspension, I don't have too much.
Don't yell though. I'm kidding. Just go ahead. So the short shifter, it was already short to begin with, but you upgraded that.
Yeah, this thing is so precise now. Like the S2000 transmission is probably like, from what I read, they spent a lot of time and money developing the S2000 transmission. So it's probably one of the best features, I think. Like you said, it's really short to begin with, but this it just it's like it's super small. You can hear it too, so
I like that. It's like very mechanical.
Yeah, it's almost like sliding a rifle. Like you can hear it.
That's cool.
Systems, you know, throatier systems. But I told myself when I had a choice, I just love the sound of this.
What is something you don't like about this 2000?
The cockpit. I mean, being a bigger guy like me, it's really narrow. But
that's not on the car, though.
That's not. Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Let's hit up the manufacturers. Like, hey, man, you guys, come on, like, do something about this shit because it's not working for me.
Gotta make it wider.
And then we're still gonna get wider, and then we're still gonna be complaining.
Yeah. No. Only downside about the AP1, I would say, is there's a lot of clutch buzz. That's notorious on the AP1s. Like if you listen, you got it. Kind of hear the clutch. But fixing that's one thing I actually picked up. Picked up a new clutch kit.
So easy fix.
Yeah.